Our first date was honestly the best first date I've ever been on. And I'm not just saying that now because, we're still together. We just clicked really well. I think that's kind of what happened. We fell for each other pretty quickly. What drew me to him online? Well, first of all, he's very attractive, as you can see. So that was definitely something. He also just came across as very funny and witty, both in his profile and in our messages. So I was really excited to meet him in person.
For me, it was pretty much the same thing. I thought she was very attractive when I looked at her profile, and yeah, I just got a good feeling, by talking to her for the first few days before we went on the first date, and after that it was just, felt really nice, felt really easygoing. I didn't feel like, I just had a really good feeling about it. So I just, hung on to that, and, now we're here.
I think I did come across some fake profiles, but I think I was pretty good about not actually messaging or interacting with them. I'd say to tell if someone's fake, which first of all, caveat, it's been 5 years since I was on the dating app, so I'm sure a lot has changed. But anybody whose photos look a little too perfect, like they're stock photos or could be stock photos, that's a red flag. Anyone that messages you and tries to get you to invest in like a Bitcoin or crypto scam, run the other way. I didn't really have a lot of issues with that, I would say.
Yeah, I think for me, and to be honest, because we left the online dating scene like 5 years ago, so catfishing has come a long way, or like fake profiles and everything. So I wouldn't say I ever met someone who was a fake person or who was just a different person entirely, or who was trying to scam me for money or anything. But I think there was this one occasion where I met someone who I was talking to. I was really excited to meet them, but they looked like nothing like they did in their pictures. So I was a bit disappointing. But that wasn't obviously not a different person or anything like that. But unfortunately, I didn't come across any fake people like that.
Yeah, I guess I would just add to that. Post pictures that are recent and look like how you do currently. I totally understand the temptation to, post photos from 5 years ago that you feel really confident in, but it's not worth it. Just, post photos that reflect who you are now, and when you find the right person, they are going to love that. So this is funny. Our first date was honestly the best first date I've ever been on. And I'm not just saying that now because, we're still together. We just clicked really well, to the point where, this is really cringe, but I went home and I literally Googled, how do you know you've met the one? And I was reading all these Reddit threads of people talking about how they knew they met the one right away. So as much as as a scientist, I don't know that I want to believe in love at first sight. I think it's a little silly. I think that's kind of what happened. We fell for each other pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think I still don't believe you Google.
I did. We can look up my Google history.
I'm sure we don't want to be doing that, and regardless. But I think for me, I don't know if I would describe it as love at first sight, but like I said, I just had a really good feeling about it. Like I went back home, and for the first time, I was just like, yeah, I'm really excited to meet her again. And most of the times I come back home from a first date, and I'm like, yeah, it was fine. A couple of things that I didn't like, but a lot of things I liked. But with her, it was just like, no, I just can't wait to see her again. And I think the way it started for us was, I think we met on a Thursday. And then
Yeah.
we met again on the weekend.
Sunday.
Because I lied to you and I told you I know how to cook Indian food, and I made like the worst. It's come a long way since.
His Indian cooking has come a very long way. It's delicious.
Yeah, and then I think we like met on a Sunday, and then I was like, "What are you doing Wednesday?" And then it was like, "What are you doing next weekend?" And it just kind of became a thing, and the distance between the dates started becoming shorter, and eventually, obviously. Here we are. So yeah, I think it was just for me. I maybe it was love at first sight, and I just didn't realize it. But all I remember, and I still get this feeling all the time, is just be excited to see your partner. So. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So we met online in August of 2017 in the city where we both live now. We live in Baltimore, Maryland. And then Varun actually had to move back to Boston for 6 months in December to finish his master's degree at Northeastern University in Boston. So we were actually long distance for 6 months, about 6 months of our relationship. At a very early stage. And I think it really requires, a lot of faith to enter into a long distance relationship with somebody who you've only known for a few months. And I mean, I had faith that we would make it through it, but I didn't know how it was going to go. Being long distance is hard, but we did it. We believed that we could make it through, and we did. And now, almost 5 years later, we're here and we're getting married.
Yeah, I think for me, I kind of want to say that long distance was easy. I didn't really face a lot of issues, but I think I did. Actually, I didn't even, anticipate, feeling. So in that way, I would say, yeah, it does take a bit of a leap of faith. But even apart from that, I think, putting yourself out there just takes a leap of faith internally anyway, right? You got to be a bit more confident, about yourself. And I know it's easier said than done because even, everyone faces that every day. So if you're putting yourself out there, you're making yourself, in a way available. You've done the hard bit already. So the next bit is, just letting everyone know what you're all about, and just go from there. Definitely takes a bit of a leap of faith. But I think once you're there, once you get used to it, once you see the roulette of people coming in, going left, right, whatever, it's you get a lot more used to it, and you get a lot more of a good idea of what kind of people you're into, and sometimes even you don't even end up dating the person, you just become friends. I think that's happened with a couple of people as well. So yeah, definitely leap of faith.
Yeah, and I think dating in general, whether it's online or in person, does require some faith. You're putting yourself out there. It can be scary. Inevitably, you're going to get rejected from time to time, and just knowing that that's okay and that you will find your person eventually requires faith, but I think it's worth it.